Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel and welcome to the 1985 National League Championship Series in season ticket baseball. We are live at the Astrodome with Game 1 of this National League Championship Series between the Montreal Expos and the Houston Astros. Both teams got here by dominating their respective series. The Astros dismantled the Cardinals in rather dominant fashion by a 3-0 series score that didn't even look that close. As for Montreal, they had to go to Cincinnati to play the Reds in the first NL wildcard game, then the Mets to play the second, then they had to go play the number 1 seed in the National League, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and won that series by a score of 3-1, including an 8-2 statement victory in Game 4 that brought the Expos here. Now we've got the fans of the Astrodome this morning. We're expecting a sellout and a very loud environment. So, as fans are filing in, what say we jump down and start getting into the action? As the pregame festivities are wrapping up, we are all set to go for this one. Starting pitcher for the Houston Astros this morning, some bum that we might not have heard of ever before, some guy named Ryan. Apparently he's going to be pretty good and already is. Nolan Ryan, by the way. 10-12 and 85 with a 3.80 ERA, 232 innings pitched, 209 strikeouts, 95 walks, and 12 home runs. And as the rest of the Astros get loose behind Ryan in an electric Astrodome, we will take our first look at the Expos starting lineup. Leading off for the Expos, we have got... I'm going to bring my scorebook over here a little bit closer. Andre Dawson in right field. Hubie Brooks is at shortstop. Tim Raines is in left field. Vance Law is at second base. Tim Wallach is at third base. Mitch Webster's in center field. Terry Francona is at first base. Mike Fitzgerald is catching. And the starting pitcher for the Expos, we'll meet him in the bottom of the first, is Bryn Smith. And that's the lineup the Astros will have to keep loose if they're looking to take a 1-0 lead in this series. Leading off for the Expos, we have Andre Dawson. 255 average, 23 home runs, 91 RBIs in 85. We are using orange, white, and blue dice today. Astros are the home team. Game 1 of the National League Championship Series starts right here. And by all measures, this should be a classic series. So which team will take Game 1? As Ryan gets the sign from Bailey, only the dice know. And in order to find out what story the dice want to tell, we have to go to the first pitch. So let's take it away. That will be a 551 over to third base, where that'll be Walling, and that'll be a ground ball right at him. Walling will take his time, throw that over to first. 1 out in the inning, and we are underway here at the Astrodome. Hubie Brooks is now the batter for the Expos. 269 average, 13 home runs, 100 RBIs in 85. Ryan looking in at Bailey for the sign. Fans here at the Astrodome are absolutely electric. Ryan will set, and he will pitch. That is a 499. Uh-oh. Oh, never mind. Brooks is going to swing through the high heat for strike 3, and that will be out number 2. I got excited for a second because high numbers usually mean something big happening, but in this case, Brooks swings through a Ryan heater, which a lot of people do. Batter now is Tim Raines for the Expos. 320 average, 11 home runs, 41 RBIs in 85. He will take his practice cuts. Ryan will get the sign from Bailey once again. He will set, here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 266. And against a switch left, 266 is going to be a called strike 3 on Raines. He gets frozen by a changeup, strike 3, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Expos here in the top of the first. Score is now Montreal 0, Houston coming to bat. Starting pitcher for the Montreal Expos is their number one starter, Bryn Smith. 18-5 with a 2.91 ERA, 222 and a third innings pitched, 127 strikeouts, 41 walks, and 12 home runs in 85. And as the rest of the Expos get loose behind Smith, we will take our first look at the Astros starting lineup. Leading off, we've got Denny Walling at third base, Kevin Bass in center field, Bill Doran is at second base, Jose Cruz is in left field, Jerry Mumphrey's in right field, Mark Bailey's catching, Craig Reynolds is at shortstop, Harry Spillman is at first base, and of course Nolan Ryan bringing up the 9 spot with a pitcher batting card. Leading off for the Astros, I should say, is Denny Walling. 270 average, 7 home runs, 45 RBIs in 85. He will be the batter for the Expos. Smith will look into Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 4-16, and against a righty, a 4-16 is going to be a ground ball over to second. Getting to that one is going to be Law. He will take his time, throw that over to first, 1 out in the inning. Both teams playing a little bit tentative. Both teams also expecting a very long series. Kevin Bass, now the batter. 269 average, 16 home runs, 68 RBIs in 85. Smith will look in at Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 663. That'll turn into a 673, and that'll be a wild pitch. Ball 1. We will do it again. This time it's a 375, and a 375 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Back for that one is Raines. He's near the track, but he'll have room to track that down and make the catch. Out number 2 in the inning. Bill Doran, now the batter for the Astros. 287 average, 14 home runs, 59 RBIs in 85. Smith looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. Actually, that can go away as well. Now Smith will set, and here's the pitch. That is a 107. That'll turn into a 307. And Duran's going to swing through a curveball for strike 3. That will retire the side. As the Expos do, 1, 2, 3 go the Astros here in the bottom of the first. No score here at the Astrodome after 1. An all-important Game 1 here, live at the Astrodome on Saturday Morning Baseball. Ryan finishes up his warm-up tosses as Vance Law steps into the batter's box. 266 average, 10 home runs, 52 RBIs in 85. He will be the batter. Ryan will get the sign from Bailey. Fans at the Astrodome are loud. Ryan will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 455 against a righty. 455 is going to be a base hit into center field. Law could try to extend that into a double, but he's not going to. He will be content with the single. Astros infield will go to double play depth. Tim Wallach is now the batter. 260 average, 22 home runs, 81 RBIs in 85. Law might be tempted to try to run here, but he's going to hold. Wallach's got great power. Ryan will get the sign from Bailey. Fans at the Astrodome are loud. Ryan will set, and he will pitch. That is a 197. And a 197 is going to be a bloop single for Wallach. He will extend. He'll get into that one, and that'll just get out of the infield with a single. As now the Expos have something going on here in the top of the second. Mitch Webster now in the batter's box. 274 average, 11 home runs, 30 RBIs in 85. He's trying to bring the first Expos runs home of this series. Ryan looking a little bit shaky. Astro fans are nervous at the Astrodome. They're loud, hoping Ryan can get out of trouble. Ryan will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 123, and a 123 is going to be a 323 as Webster tries to do too much with a changeup. Strike 3, out number 1. That is a huge strikeout by Ryan. His third of the game. Terry Francona, now the batter. 267 average, 2 home runs, 31 RBIs in 85. Law edging off of second, Wallach off of first. Ryan will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 656. And a 656 is going to be a ground ball over to third. Picking that one up for the Astros is going to be Walling. He'll throw that over to second. He'll throw that over to Duran at second. That'll get Wallach. Duran will try to make the pivot, but that won't be in time as Francona will ground into a G6-4 fielder's choice. Hold on. Wallach's thrown out. Law makes third. Francona's at first. 2 outs in the inning. Trying not to make a mess of the scoring, and I just heard something from my desk, so once I get this at-bat resolved, I will go deal with that real quick. Let's make sure I've got the lineup all set. Yep. I will be right back as Ryan will kind of stretch his legs. Never mind. The sound I was hearing was from my laptop. Anyway, Ryan gets a couple warm-up tosses, a couple of loose-up tosses in, as the batter now is Mike Fitzgerald for the Expos. 207 average, 5 home runs, 34 RBIs in 85. Law waits with the first run of the game. Ryan trying to keep him from getting there. Ryan will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 586. That'll be into center field. Bass going for that one. And that's going to drop. That's going to get to the wall behind Bass. That's going to be a double, and the Expos are going to take the lead. Law will score. Francona coming all the way around. Bass gets the throw in, but Francona is going to slide in. He's safe. Fitzgerald goes to second. Expos take a 2-0 lead. Stadium groans. Ugh. Bryn Smith, now the batter for the Expos. Of course, no individual pitcher batting stats on the pitcher batting cards. 2-0 Expos. Fans at the Astrodome are stunned. Ryan will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 296. Smith bats righty. And Smith's got a contact rating of a 2, so he gets his normal batter rating. Uh-oh. Smith is into one that is deep to left field. Smith with a power of a 4. Does he extend this Expos lead? Smith's going to get into that one, but he's just going to get under it. That'll be a fly ball into left field. Crowd holding its breath, but Cruz will get to it. He looks like he's slowing down. He will make the catch on that one, and that will retire the side. But the Expos strike first. 2 runs on 3 hits and a scare from Bryn Smith. The Expos now have a 2-0 lead heading into the bottom of the second. Stadium size. Phew! A very scary situation with the starting pitcher at the plate. Smith finishes up his warm-up tosses as he's now got to feel mighty good coming out of the dugout with a 2-0 lead. Batter now for the Astros brings us to the middle of their order. Jose Cruz is up first. 300 average, 9 home runs, 79 RBIs, and 85. Smith looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 548. That sounds like it's going to be a problem. That'll be over to second base where Law waits for that one. And that's going to get past him. Cruz will have a base hit into right field. Right fielder is Dawson. Cruz will hold at first. The Astros don't want to take any chances here. Actually, neither team wants to take any chances here. The infield will go to double play depth. Batter now for the Astros is Jerry Mumphrey. 277 average, 8 home runs, 61 RBIs, and 85. Smith will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He's going to swing away. Cruz edging off of first. Smith will set, and he will pitch. That is a 550. That's over to third base, where Wallach's waiting for that one. And that'll be a ground ball to Wallach. He will get to it going to his left. He'll throw that over to second, He'll throw that over to Law at second. That'll get Cruz. Law will make the pivot over. To Francona at first. That is in time as the Expos go around the horn. 5-4-3, double play. 2 outs in the inning. Stadium groans. Ugh. That is a huge double play right up the middle by the Expos. Smith pumping his fists. He is thrilled with that play. Mark Bailey, now the batter with 2 outs and the base is empty. 265 average, 10 home runs, 45 RBIs, and 85. Smith will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 195, and that'll be a bloop single for Bailey as he will extend this inning. Two outs in the inning, and Craig Reynolds is now the batter. 272 average, 4 home runs, 32 RBIs, and 85. Bailey edging off of first. Smith will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 259 against a lefty. 259 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Raines goes back for that one. He will find it with no problem, make the catch, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the hit for the Astros. The Expos now hold a 2-0 lead after 2. Montreal trying to shock us all again on the road. You look down at that Expos bench, and you know there is not one player on that bench who is intimidated about having to come in and play at the Astrodome, as Philip Reynolds is first to join us here at the Astrodome. Hopefully, Philip, you'll enjoy a little bit of Saturday morning baseball. I'm just going to give the camera a quick look since I kicked the tripod a little bit, but we're all good there. And glad to see you stop by for a little bit. Top of the third brings us back to the top of the Expos order. Here's Dawson. Dawson grounded to third his first time up. 2-0 Expos, top of the third. Ryan looking a little bit nervous. He will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 161, and a 161 is going to be a leadoff walk as Ryan misses with a slider for ball 4. Dawson will trot to first. Astros will go to double play depth. Batter now is Brooks. Brooks struck out his first time up. Dawson tempted. Brooks has got pretty good power. Let's see if Dawson... are we going to see if Dawson can get the jump here and go to second? Yes, we are, actually. He's going to see if he can beat a 10 with a steal of 1. And Dawson will get the jump. And he's going. Actually, no, they're going to hold him. He got the jump, but he will hold. They're not sure about that. Ryan will get the sign from Bailey, and he will pitch. That is a 655. That'll be grounded over to third. Grabbing that's going to be Walling. He will throw that over to second. Duran at second. That'll get Dawson, but the pivot will be late, and Dawson will be thrown out. Brooks will be at first on the fielder's choice. Raines, now the batter. Raines is 0 for 1. He struck out in the first as well. Ryan trying to get over some of this tension here. He will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 291. And against a righty, or against a switch left, Raines is into one that is deep to right field. Raines with a power of a 4. Does he extend the Expos' lead? I'll re-roll that die since it ended up cocked. Raines gets into that one that's into right field. Going back for that one is Mumphrey, but he's slowing down. He's starting to track the ball down. He will make the catch. 2 outs in the inning. Law, now the batter. Law had a single earlier. Ryan looking in. He will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 434 against a righty, and that'll be a ground ball over to short. Grabbing that is Reynolds. He will take his time, throw that over to second to get Brooks, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except for the walk for the Expos. Montreal holding a 2-0 lead as we get set for the bottom of the third. Stadium size. Phew. First base coach for the Expos, I think, got a little bit nervous and didn't pull the trigger on Dawson. Maybe they should have. Wish you could have on first break at work. Well, sorry to hear that, Philip, but glad you were able to stop by for a little bit here. Smith will finish up his warm-up tosses, and leading off for the Astros in the bottom of the third is Harry Spillman. 136 average, 1 home run, 4 RBIs in 85. Smith looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign. Still working with a 2-0 lead. Smith will set, and he will pitch. That is a 397, and a 397 is going to get the Astros right back into this one, as that's going to get out of here with a boom! High, deep, gone! Home run, Harry Spillman. And just like that, the Astros the Astros now only trail 2-1. Stadium cheers. Yay! Nolan Ryan is now the batter. He's got to follow that act somehow. Smith will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He's got to shake that one off. Wait, what? Hold on. Ryan cranks. Hold up. Something went wrong here. Hold on. I got to back up a little bit. The Expos should not have scored there. I got to back this up for a second. Let's see. Law. Right. I don't know what happened here, but G64. Okay. So bear with me a little bit. I got some of this. I got screwed up a little bit here in Digital Diamond. G64. Okay. And then Spillman just hit a solo blast. I must have forgotten to enter the play. Now that I've got GPT catching up, now Smith will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 338. And Ryan, based on a contact rating of a 1, is going to get frozen by a changeup for strike 3. That is out number 1. Walling, now the batter for the Astros. Walling's 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. Smith gets the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 523 to Fitzgerald, and that'll be popped up behind the plate. Fitzgerald will track that down, throw his mask, 2 outs in the inning. Hopefully, Philip, you'll be able to stop by for a little bit of ALCS action later tonight. But I'll talk more about that during the 7th inning stretch, as we'll have the Angels and the Tigers going later tonight. Bass, now the batter. Bass flew to left his first time up. Smith will get the sign from Fitzgerald. 2-1 Expos, bottom of the 3rd. Smith will set, and he will pitch. That is a 344, and it's going to be a ground ball over to second. Law will grab that one, take his time, throw it over to first, and that will retire the side. But the Astros get back into this one. One run, one hit, a solo bomb by Harry Spillman. The Expos now have a 2-1 lead after 3. The Expos would love nothing more than to steal home field advantage right here. Ryan finishing up his warm-up tosses here in the top of the 4th. Leading off is Wallach. Wallach has a single today. Ryan will get the sign from Bailey, not from Fitzgerald. Ryan will set, and he will pitch. That is a 127. That'll turn into a 327. And Wallach swings through a curveball for strike 3. A pretty nasty hook. 1 out in the inning. One out, and here's the center fielder, Webster. Webster struck out his first time up. Ryan up to 4 strikeouts today. Ryan will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 500. That'll be a rare play. So let's see what we've got here. That is a 643. And a 643 says, dribbler up the first base line. Batter collides with the pitcher before he can field the ball. Batter ruled out for interference. Pitcher is credited with a putout. And the pitcher's injured. Uh-oh. This could be bad. So we need to roll on the collision table, and I'm actually going to go get a notepad because I want to keep note of some of this stuff. That could be a problem. Okay, so I did want to start playing with injuries, so collisions. You need to look at a modifier here. So for pitchers, games started is 35 for Ryan. So the roll modifier is going to be actually games pitched 30 to 35. 35 games pitched. Choose the stat that provides the smallest bonus. Games started 35, so it's a +0 on the roll. And then we roll a, what do we roll? A D100? Rolls 2 10-sided dice. Okay. This could be very catastrophic to the Astros. This roll could be a big problem if you're an Astros fan. So I'll get the P1 put in. I'll get the P1 into Digital Diamond in my scorebook for 2 outs in the inning. But we may have a very big problem on our hands. So Ryan's got to roll. So we've got to roll 2d6 for a sum. Yes, for a sum. Wait. Let's see. Days injured indicates the injury persists. Okay, determine the modifier, then roll all 3 dice and add the modifier. So we actually need all 3 dice. So it's a +0 for Ryan. So, okay. All right, so now we need to roll. All right, so it's a +0 on the collisions table. Let's see what happens to Ryan. Let's see, 10. Bruised ribs. Uh-oh. So Ryan, actually, So 1 day, and what that means here is he's injured. Okay, persists after the current day. So Ryan has to come out of the game. This is very bad if you're an Astros fan, as the Astros now have to go to the bullpen already. The question is, who are they going to go to here? The batter coming up is Francona. Francona is 0 for 1, but this is very problematic if you're an Astros fan. Who are the Astros going to turn to? The Astros are going to bring Jeff Heathcock into pitch. 3-1 with a 3.36 ERA, 56 and a third innings pitched, 25 strikeouts, 13 walks, 9 home runs in 85. We'll give him a little bit of time to get his warm-up tosses in. We'll give him time to get some warm-up tosses in. But this is very catastrophic. If you're an Expos fan, you obviously hope Ryan's okay, but you've got to be loving this right now if you're an Expos fan. With Nolan Ryan leaving the game early, injured. Yeah, like I said, we'll give Heathcock a minute here to get some warm-up tosses in this morning, or during this game. What the? How did my camera get frozen? Hold on. Damn it. Hold on. Something went very wrong there. Okay. I am so sorry about that, folks. I did not realize that my camera got frozen there, but yes, hopefully you enjoyed the radio broadcast on that one. But I got this webcam because it wasn't freezing as much. Just going to wave my hand over there. Okay. I got this webcam because I switched to the webcam because it wasn't freezing nearly as much as the camera did. And unfortunately, since I only have the record, since I do record, I can't go back and do that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the radio broadcast there of all of that action going on. So yeah, that's a little embarrassing. Anywho, we've got 2 outs in the inning as Francona is now the batter. As I mentioned, Francona is 0 for 1. So now Heathcock looking in at Bailey for the sign. Heathcock will set, and he will pitch. That will be a 3-31, and a 3-31 is going to be a ground ball over to second. Duran will get that one. He will take his time, move that over to first, and that will retire this. And that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Expos here in the top of the third. 2-1 Expos as we head to the bottom of the fourth. But a gigantic blow for the Astros as Nolan Ryan has to leave the game early with bruised ribs. Obviously, we hope he's all right. And must have frozen something when I jarred the camera there, but everything looks good now. Bottom of the fourth brings us to the heart of the Astros order. Here's Duran. Duran today is 0 for 1. Smith will get the sign from Fitzgerald. 2-1 Expos, bottom of the fourth. Smith will set, and he will pitch. That is a 259 against a switch left. 259 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Rain's getting under that one. He will take his time, make the catch. 1 out in the inning. Cruz, now the batter. Cruz is 1 for 1 with a single today. Smith looking in at Fitzgerald once again for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 397, and Cruz will single-handedly tie this game, with a boom! High, deep, gone. Home run, Jose Cruz. This game is tied at 2. Stadium cheers. Yay! And here's Mumphrey. Mumphrey's 0 for 1. Smith has got to shake that one off. He will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 506. That'll give us another rare play. This time it's a 679. And a 679. Ground ball is fielded by the third baseman and thrown to first, but the throw is dropped and the batter is safe. Runners advance 1 base. Third base is awarded an assist. First base charged with an error, so that's going to be an E3. As Francona is going to misplay that throw coming in from Wallach at third. Mumphrey is safe. Infield will go to double play depth for the Expos. Batter now is Bailey in a tie game. Bailey today has a single. Mumphrey, not a threat to steal. Well, Mumphrey, not a threat to steal. He will hold. They'll rely more on Bailey's power. Smith will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 573. That'll be into left field. Raines, that'll be a fly ball into left field. Raines coming in for that one slightly. He will make the catch. Once I note it in the right spot. 2 outs in the inning. Batter now is Reynolds. Reynolds today is 0 for 1. Smith trying to get out of the inning with no further damage. He will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 463 against a righty. A 463. Reynolds is going to get into one. That's going to get all the way to the gap. That'll get to the wall. That will be a triple, and the Astros will take the lead. Mumphrey will come all the way around from first. He will score. Reynolds to third. 3-2 Astros. Stadium cheers. Yay! And here's Spillman. Spillman started the Astros scoring with a solo bomb. Smith shaking his head right now. He's not happy with himself. Smith will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 129. That'll turn into a 329 and be a fly ball into center field. Coming under that one for the Expos is going to be Webster. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. But the Astros take the lead. 2 runs on 2 hits and an error. A solo shot by Jose Cruz. The Astros now have a 3-2 lead after 4. Check on the camera real quick. All good there. Okay. I just want to make sure it didn't get frozen on me again. Heathcock will finish up his warm-up tosses as Fitzgerald steps into the batter's box. Fitzgerald today is 1 for 1 with a double. Heathcock will look in at Bailey for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 458 against a righty. A 458 is going to be a ground ball over to third. Grabbing that for the Astros is going to be Walling. He will take his time, throw that over to first. 1 out in the inning. Smith, now the batter. Smith had a very long fly ball his first time up. 1 out in the inning. 3-2 Astros lead here in Game 1 of the NLCS. Heathcock gets the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 143, and that'll be a fly ball into left field. Going after that one is going to be Cruz. He will take his time, make the catch. 2 outs in the inning. This time it's a lazy fly ball, not a scary fly ball. Batter now is Dawson with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Dawson is 0 for 1 with a walk today. Heathcock looking in at Bailey for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 194. And a 194 is going to get popped up on the infield. Dawson gets under it badly. Going into foul territory for that one is going to be Walling. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Expos here in the top of the 5th. We're halfway home at the Astrodome. Astros now hold a 3-2 lead. Everything looking good there. Heathcock, now the batter for the Astros. Pitcher's spot is 0 for 1 today. Heathcock, or Smith, will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 629. That'll turn into a 639 and be a fly ball into center field. Webster coming in for that one, but he will make an easy catch for out number 1. And here's Walling. Walling's 0 for 2 today. Smith will get the sign from Fitzgerald once again. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 174, and a 174 is going to be a base hit into center field. Walling could try to extend that to a double, but he will hold it first. Infield will go to double play depth. Batter now is Bass. Bass tonight is 0 for 2. He's got good power. He's going to swing away. Walling, not a threat to steal. He will hold. Smith will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. That is a 325, and a 325 is going to be a slow roller on the infield. Bass will leg it out. He will have an infield single, and the Astros now have something going on here with 1 out in the inning. Fans at the Astrodome starting to come alive. Batter here is Duran. Duran is 0 for 2. Smith trying to get out of this inning. He will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Astrodome fans are loud. Smith will set, and he will pitch. That is a 319. And a 319 is going to be a swing and a miss by Duran as he goes through a changeup for strike 3, out number 2. Cruz, now the batter. Cruz today is 2 for 2 with a single and a home run. Fans at the Astrodome, still loud. Smith trying to get out of this inning. Walling at second, Bass at first. Smith will get the sign from Fitzgerald, and he will pitch. That is a 649. That'll turn into a 659 and be a ground ball over to short. Grabbing that one for the Expos is going to be Brooks. He will throw that over to Law to get Bass, and that will retire the side. 2 hits, but the Astros can't do anything with them. Houston, though, still holding on to a 3-2 lead after 6. Stadium groans. Ugh. Heathcock finishing up his warm-up tosses as the top of the Expos order comes in. Here's Brooks. Brooks today is 0 for 2. Expos are going to get some activity in their bullpen as starting to get loose for the Expos is going to be who do the Astros have coming up? Middle of the order. Switch lefty. The Expos are going to get Floyd Humans warming up, just in case Smith runs into trouble. Heathcock came in right. 2 outs in the 4th. Okay. So he's got 2 more outs before he hits fatigue. Heathcock. Just adjusting my Tableau layout on the Astros side since I'm over here. Heathcock will get the sign from Bailey. 3-2 Astros, top of the 6th. Heathcock will set, and he will pitch. That is a 3-10, and Brooks is going to get frozen by the high heat for strike 3, out number 1. Brooks looks at the umpire, says, hey, that pitch was high. The umpire says, no, you're high. You're also out. Go sit. Here's Raines. Raines is 0 for 2. Heathcock trying to protect the 1-run game. He will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 2-13, and a 2-13 against a switch left is going to be a ground ball over to first, I should say. Spillman will grab that one. He will take his time, throw that over to Heathcock, who's coming over to cover. 2 outs in the inning. Batter now is Law. Law today is 1 for 2 with a single. Heathcock trying to get out of this inning with no trouble. Heathcock will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 141, and a 141 is going to be a soft fly ball into left field. Cruz coming in for that one. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Expos here in the top of the 6th. Astros still holding a 3-2 lead going into the bottom of the 6th. Okay. Bottom of the 6th brings us to the middle of the Astros order. Here's Mumphrey. Mumphrey today is 0 for 1, but he reached on an error. Smith looking in at Fitzgerald for the sign, trying to keep this right where it is. Humans is still throwing in the Expos bullpen. Smith will set, and he will pitch. That is a 181, and a 181 is going to get popped up on the infield. Wallach going into foul territory. He will take his time, make the catch, 1 out in the inning. Actually, either way. Batter now is Bailey. Bailey today is 1 for 2. We're going to get some activity in the Astros bullpen as well, as starting to get loose for the Astros. Who do the Expos have coming up? Righty switch lefty. The Astros are going to get Jeff Calhoun warming up. Smith will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 358, and a 358 is going to be a soft fly ball into left field. Once again, Raines coming in for that one. He will make the catch, and that will be out number 2. Here's Reynolds. Reynolds is 1 for 2 with a triple. The triple that gave the Astros the lead back in the 4th. Smith gets the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That will be a 595. That'll be into right field. Dawson, and a 595 is going to be a fly ball. Dawson coming in for that one. He will make that catch on the run, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Astros here in the bottom of the 6th. Houston holding on to a 3-2 lead after 6. Heathcock is going to come out of the game. The Astros are going to go to the bullpen. Coming in to pitch for the Astros is going to be Jeff Calhoun. 2-5 with a 2.54 ERA. 63 and 2/3 innings pitched, 47 strikeouts, 24 walks, 2 home runs, and 85. His first order of business is the middle of the Expos order. Here's Wallach. Wallach today is 1 for 2 with a single. Calhoun trying to hold this Astros lead right where it is. Bailey will give Calhoun the sign. Calhoun will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 299 against a righty. That does not look like holding this game right where it is. Wallach with a power of a 9. Wallach is very capable of tying this game. Does he? Wallach gets under that one. He's going to lift that one into right field. Mumphrey will have enough room to make the catch, though. He will make it, and that will be out number 1. Stadium size. Phew. Very scary situation there for Calhoun. Batter now is Webster. Webster today is 0 for 2. Calhoun looking in at Bailey for the sign. Fans at the Astrodome all breathing a sigh of relief. Calhoun will set, and he will pitch. That is a 567. That's over to shortstop Reynolds. And a 567. That'll get past Reynolds into left field. Webster will have a base hit. He will hold at first with the single. Astros infield will go to double play depth. Francona now the batter. Francona tonight is 0 for 2. Webster, not really a threat to steal. He will hold. Francona, not... the Expos are actually going to do a hit and run here. That's what they're going to do to try to stay out of a double play here. Calhoun will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a... We'll re-roll that. That is a 624. And a 624 is going to get popped up on the infield to second base. Coming under that one is going to be Duran. He will make the catch. 2 outs in the inning. Webster will have to go back to first, as the hit and run does not work for the Expos. Here's Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald is 1 for 2 with a double today. Calhoun had a scare, but he seems to have settled in here. Calhoun will get the sign from Bailey, and he will pitch. 228 against a righty. 228 is going to be a ground ball over to second. Duran will get to that one. He will take his time, throw that over to first, and that will retire the side. Expos get a single, but they can't do anything with it. Astros holding on to a 3-2 lead as we head into the 7th inning stretch. Sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." I will take a small break. Since we are in the LCS round, we are near the point where we will soon be needing these. What are these? What are these, you might be asking? Tune in for the Summer 2025 Project Selection Show, where I will explain all about what these are. Way before that, though, later this afternoon, we'll be over at Anaheim Stadium in Anaheim, California, for Game 1 of the American League Championship Series, as the Detroit Tigers will take on the California Angels. Jack Morris will be going for the Tigers, and Mike Witt will be going for the Angels. That should be a good one. Bottom of the 7th coming up, and Bryn Smith is going to come out of the game for the Expos. He's been good today, but the Expos are going to go to the bullpen. Coming in to pitch for the Expos is going to be once Digital Diamond catches up with me, is going to be Floyd Humans, 4-3 with a 2.45 ERA, 77 innings pitched, 54 strikeouts, 59 walks, 3 home runs in 85. The Astros are going to get some activity in their bullpen as well. Let's see. Who do the Expos have coming up? Pinch hitter, righty-righty. The Expos are going to get, or the Astros are going to get Mike Madden warming up. Calhoun is going to come out of the game. The Astros are going to go to the bench for a pinch hitter. And now I got to figure out who... Oh, wait. No, the batter actually is Spillman. But, well, batter is actually Spillman, but the Astros will be going to the bench when Calhoun comes up. Spillman today is 1 for 2, but that one was the solo bomb that started at Houston's scoring. Humans will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 145. And Spillman's going to swing through the high heat for strike 3, out number 1. I got ahead of myself, but Calhoun is coming out of the game. The Astros are going to go to the bench. Question is, who are they going to use to pinch hit for Calhoun? Somebody who does well against righties. Okay. Man, it's windy out here. Coming in to pinch it for the Astros is going to be Dickie Thon. 251 average, 6 home runs, 29 RBIs in 85. Humans will get the sign from Fitzgerald. 3-2 Astros, bottom of the 7th. Humans will set, and he will pitch. That will be a 448 against a righty, and that'll be a lazy fly ball into right field. Going after that one is going to be Dawson. He will take his time, track that one down. 2 outs in the inning. Walling, now the batter. Walling is 1 for 3 with a single today. Humans, right, 2 outs in the inning. Humans will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Fans at the Astrodome hoping for something here. Humans will set, and he will pitch. That is a 468 against the righty, and a 468. Walling is going to get into one to right field. That's going to be a double. Walling extends the inning with a 2-out double. He could try to extend that to a triple, but he will hold. Especially with the next batter being Bass. Bass today is 1 for 3. He's got a single. Walling edging off of second. Astrodome is loud. Humans will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 548. That sounds like it's going to be a problem. That should be over to Law. And a 548 is going to be a base hit into right field. Walling will hold at third. And now the Astros have runners at the corners with 2 outs. And the batter now is Duran. Duran today is 0 for 3. Humans will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 389. And a 389 is going to be a base hit into right field, and the Astros are going to extend their lead. Walling will score. Bass will go to second. Duran to first. 4-2 Astros. Stadium cheers. Yay! Cruz, now the batter. Cruz today is 2 for 3 with a single and a solo home run. 4-2 Astros lead now in the bottom of the 7th. Humans got to shake that one off. He will get the sign from Fitzgerald, and he will pitch. That is a 156. And a 156 is going to be a wild pitch, and everybody moves up. I'm just noting it in my score sheet. Wow. A wild pitch by Humans, not what the Expos want to see right now. That's also ball one, and that's going to trigger some activity in the Expos bullpen. It's also going to trigger me to check the camera for just a second since... Yep, okay. I just stepped on the cord. Let's see. Who are the Expos going to get warming up in the bullpen now? Switch lefty. They're going to get Jack O'Connor warming up in the Expos bullpen. Humans picking a bad day to have control issues. That's ball one. We will pitch again. This time it's a 286. And against the lefty, a 286 is going to be a ground ball over to first. Francona will grab that one. Humans will go over to cover the bag. He'll take the throw for the out, and that will retire the side. 1 run on 3 hits. And the Astros now have a 4-2 lead after 7. Stadium groans. Ugh. Yes, the Astros extended the lead, but many in the stands here at the Astrodome think Houston should have had more out of that. Okay, I haven't finished extending everything here yet. All right. First order of business once I get into Digital Diamond is it's yelling at me because the Astros need a pitcher. And coming in to pitch for the Astros is going to be Mike Madden. No wins, no losses, 4.26 ERA. 19 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts, 11 walks, and a homer in 85. And Humans is going to come out of the game as O'Connor is warming up. The Expos are going to go to the bench for a pinch hitter of their own. Let's see, Madden's a lefty, so the Expos need somebody who can do well against lefties. Okay. Just going to check the camera once again real quick. All good there, okay? And coming in to pinch hit for Humans to lead off the top of the 8th. Is going to be Fred Manrique. 308 average, 1 home run, 1 RBI in 85. He will be the pinch hitter for the Expos against Mike Madden. Madden will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 667. A 667 will be grounded over to first. Grabbing that is going to be Spillman. He will take his time. Madden coming over to cover the bag. 1 out in the inning. And here's Dawson. Dawson today is 0 for 2 with a walk. Madden looking in at Bailey for the sign once again. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 444 against a righty, or against a lefty. 444 is going to be a ground ball over to third. Walling will get that one. He will throw that over to first. 2 outs in the inning. Brooks, now the batter. Brooks today is 0 for 3. Madden looking in at Bailey for the sign. Fans at the Astrodome are loud, knowing a 1-0 lead in this series is in their grip. But they got to know the Expos are capable of pulling this out. Madden will set, and he will pitch. 6-17. And that's going to be a swing and a miss for Brooks as he goes through a slider for strike 3. That will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Expos here in the top of the 8th. Houston holding on to a 4-2 lead going into the bottom of the 8th. Expos need a pitcher. Coming in to pitch for the Expos is going to be Jack O'Connor. 0-2 with a 4.94 ERA. 23 2/3 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts, 13 walks, 1 home run in 85. Mumphrey will be the batter. Mumphrey today is 0 for 2, but he reached on an error. We're going to get some activity in the Astros bullpen as the Astros want their closer. Try to give them the lead after game 1. They're going to bring Dave Smith in to pitch. They're going to get Dave Smith warming up. O'Connor will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Fans at the Astrodome are loud. They'd love to get some insurance here. O'Connor will set, and he will pitch. That is a 6-67, and that'll be a ground ball over to first. Francona will get that one. O'Connor will come over to cover. 1 out in the inning. And here's Bailey. Bailey today is 1 for 3. He's got a single. O'Connor gets the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 254 against a switch right. A 254. Bailey's going to get frozen by a slider on the inside corner. Strike 3. That'll be out number 2. And here's Reynolds. Reynolds today is 1 for 3, but that one was a triple that gave the Astros the lead. O'Connor will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 6-18, which will turn into a 6-28, and be popped up on the infield. Brooks will call everybody off in the infield grass. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Astros here in the bottom of the 8th. Houston holding on to a 4-2 lead after 8. But we have the age-old question to answer of, will we see some 9th inning magic? Madden is going to come out of the game. The Astros are going to go to the bullpen. In order to get this series lead, they're going to turn to their closer. Coming in to pitch for the Astros is going to be Dave Smith. 9-5 with 27 saves, 2.27 ERA, 79 1/3 innings pitched, 40 strikeouts, 17 walks, 3 home runs in 85. He's got to deal with the heart of the Expos order, though. Leading off is Raines. Raines today is 0 for 3. Expos bench think he's due. And this game is far from over. We've seen what Montreal has done in this postseason in the past. Smith will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 299. And against a righty, Raines getting the inning started off. But the question is, how does it start? He's deep to left field. Rains with a power of 4. Does he cut this Expos lead in half, or this Astros lead in half? He won't cut it in half, but that ball will get down in the gap, and that'll get behind Cruz, and Rains will start the inning off at second base with a stand-up double. That'll already be the first point of pitcher fatigue on Smith because he's got a stamina of a 0. Law is now the batter. Law today is 1 for 3 with a single. Rains, not really a threat to steal. He will hold. Law's got decent power as well. Smith will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 234, and against the righty, a 234 is going to be a ground ball over to third. Picking that one up is going to be Walling. He will take his time, throw that over to first. Out number 1, Rains will move over to third. The last guy the Astros want up right now is Wallach. Wallach today is 1 for 3. The Astros are going to play back for the out. They're willing to give up the run to keep the bases empty. Smith, actually, are they willing to play back to get the... Yes, they're going to play back to get the out. Actually, let me look here. Rains has actually got excellent speed. Hold on. I got these switched up. 2, 3, 3, 0. Yeah, they're going to play back to get the out. They're probably not getting Rains if he breaks for the plate anyway. Rains has got a speed of an 8. Smith will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 507. That'll give us a rare play with the runner at third base. Looks like that's just a regular rare play. All right, let's see what happens. A 490. A 490 says that's going to be a base hit into right field. If the white die tens digit is higher than the right fielder's fielding, batter goes to second on a fielding error. So that's at least a 1B9. We have to check the right fielder's fielding. Right fielder for the Astros is Mumphrey. His fielding is a 6. The white die is a 9, so Wallach's going to end up at second on the error. Wow. Rains will score. Wallach to second. 4-3 Astros. Houston bench. Houston, actually, everybody that's loyal to the Astros is very, very nervous, especially as the batter now is Webster. Webster is 1 for 3. Astros are going to get some more activity in the bullpen. As coming in, let me just wave my hand for a second there just to make sure everything's good. As the Astros are going to get some more activity in the bullpen, Julio Solano is going to start getting loose for the Astros, as the Astros are in very real danger of letting this lead in Game 1 slip away. The tying run is 180 feet away right now, and Webster more than capable of bringing him in. Smith will get the sign from Bailey. Fans at the Astrodome are loud, hoping Smith can get out of trouble. Smith will set, and he will pitch. That is a 136, and a 136 is going to be a ground ball right back to Smith. He will grab that one, throw that over to Spillman at first. 2 outs in the inning. Wallach will make third. And the last chance for the Expos, is it going to come down to Terry Francona? I'm thinking not, but let me look. No. Francona is going to come out of the game Coming in to pinch hit and take over at first base if this game goes further. We've seen him have some clutch pinch hit at bats here. Coming in to take over is going to be Andres Galarraga. 187 average, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs in 85. He will take over at first if this game goes any further. Smith trying to get out of this jam here as he's got Wallach at third base. Smith will get the sign from Bailey. Astrodome is loud, hoping Smith can get out of trouble. He will set. He will kick, and here comes the pitch. That is a 195. And the Expos have done it again. That'll be a bloop single. That'll be a base hit out of the infield. And here comes Wallach. Here comes the throw. Except on the bloop single, Wallach will be safe. Wow. Galarraga goes to first. Wallach scores. We are tied at 4. Stadium barfs. Bleh. Fitzgerald, now the batter. I've already marked off the third point of fatigue. Fitzgerald today is 1 for 3 with a double. 9th inning magic strikes again for the Expos. They may be the most magical team in this entire replay so far. Astro fans can't believe it. We're going to get some activity in the Expos bullpen as getting loose for Montreal. Let me see who they've got coming up first. Lefty pinch hitter. It's almost certainly going to be lefty. The Expos are going to get Bert Roberge warming up. This inning is far from over, though, as the Expos still have a man on with 2 outs. Smith trying to get out of the inning. He will get the sign from Bailey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 109. That'll turn into a 309. And Fitzgerald swings through the high heat for strike 3. That will retire the side. But the Expos coming in clutch in the top of the 9th. 1 run on 2 hits and an error, and Montreal has tied this game at 4. But will we see some bottom of the 9th inning magic? Seems fitting that game 1 is going to come down. Seems fitting that game 1 is going to come down to some 9th inning magic. O'Connor is going to come out of the. O'Connor was coming out of the game. Oh wait, no. The problem here right now is that we need a first baseman. Galarraga is going to take over at first base. But while I'm in the bullpen, O'Connor is going to come out of the game. The Expos are going to go to the bullpen. While I'm in the defense menu in Digital Diamond, the Expos are going to go to the bullpen as well. Coming in to pitch for the Expos is going to be Bert Roberge. 3-3 with a 3.44 ERA. 68 innings pitched, 34 strikeouts, 22 walks, 5 home runs in 85. Spillman will lead off the bottom of the 9th. And I'm going to wait. I'm just going to check on the camera to make sure everything's good here. And it is. Okay. Spillman today is 1 for 3, but that 1 was the solo bomb that started the Astros scoring. Roberge trying to hold this down, get us into bonus baseball. Roberge will get the sign from Fitzgerald. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 306. And Spillman's going to get frozen by a changeup for strike 3. That is out number 1. Smith is going to come out of the game. The Astros are going to go to the bench once again. Coming in to pinch hit for the Astros is going to be Somebody who hits righties well. The Astros are going to bring in... The Astros are going to bring in Glenn Davis to pinch hit. 271 average, 20 home runs, 64 RBIs in 85. He will be the batter in place of Dave Smith. Roberge will get the sign from Fitzgerald. Fans at the Astrodome hoping Houston can close this game out right here. Roberge will set, and he will pitch. That is a 280 against a righty, 280. Uh-oh. Davis is deep to center field. He's got a power of a 9. If this ball gets out, the Astros win the game right here. Davis has got a power of a 9. What happens here? Oh, it's hit well. It's hit deep to center field. Going back for that one is going to be Webster. He's back to the track, back to the wall, and that ball is gone with a boom! Home run, Glenn Davis. Astros take game 1. By a final score of 5-4. Stadium cheers. Yay! Final line score coming up. For the Astros, 5 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. For the Expos, 4 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. Winning pitcher tonight is Dave Smith. He will get the win. Bert Roberge will take the loss. Jim Calhoun and Mike Madden will both end up with holds. And that will do it for game 1 of this 1985 season replay. Later this afternoon, we're still going to be busy on the channel, as Mystical Munchies will continue out of the Dungeons and Dragons Flavors of the Multiverse cookbook with the entree Bothy steak. We'll also have game 2 of game 1, I should say, of the American League Championship Series, as we'll be at Anaheim Stadium, where the California Angels will be taking on the Detroit Tigers. We'll be hosting the Detroit Tigers. Jack Morris will be going for the Tigers, and Mike Witt will be going for the Angels. Tomorrow we're playing Inside the Crease hockey from Inside Sports Games with a 3rd period test. And Wednesday, we're playing Scythe Expeditions from Stonemeyer Games. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone. The Houston Astros almost have their bullpen collapse on them, but they managed to hold on with a clutch pinch hit home run by Glenn Davis to take game 1, 5-4, and take a 1-0 series lead here in this NLCS. Once again, take care, and I will see you guys later this afternoon.